Hey guys, what's going on? This is G, and there's three things I want to talk about to you guys today. But first, I want to say happy holidays and wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you ate some good food, got some rest, felt the connectiveness with your family and friends, because that is super important. And we're gonna talk a little bit about it on our three topics today. First, coffee. I'm gonna go through these topics quickly because I can talk, but I do want to get the message out to you guys before it gets too late. So the first thing I want to talk about is peace. And today's quote is, "Peace costs less than pretending. Pretending creates emotional debt. Peace creates emotional wealth. You pay for pretending with exhaustion, lost identity, and fake relationships. Pretending is acting. Peace alignment. You can't maintain a mask without losing pieces of yourself. Pretending makes relationships shallow and one-sided. Real peace comes from choosing honesty over performance, and peace requires saying no, walking away, and disappointing people." When it comes to pretending, there's difference between tailoring yourself and what you want to say to people if they're different people, right? The way we would deliver a message to our spouse is not the same way we would deliver the message to our kids, to our parents, and to our friends. And that's different versus pretending. When you're pretending, that's not even you. You're a completely different person. One of my points in here says that pretending makes relationships shallow and one-sided because you're not you. You're not being truthful to yourself. If you're not truthful to yourself, you're not being truthful to the other person. And it's hard to build a connection with others when you can't even be you. Finding one thing about yourself that's true and maybe starting off with accepting. I think if you can accept the small things about you, and I'll give you an example, right? For example, let's say you are an impulsive liar. Let's say just for anything, you just say yes, you just say no. You like to make quick little white lies around people that might care about you. And you've been doing it for so long that they either can't tell, they've accepted it, or they just don't even care. I think changing that, for example, and telling them like, hey, I tend to lie sometimes whenever I tell stories, and I really want to change that. You would be surprised at their answer. They might say, you know what, man, we knew the whole time. We've accepted you for who you are. You are who you are. Or they might say, you know what, man, we're happy that you've acknowledged that, and we too want that to change about you. So I think starting small is a key step into moving forward. Another one here, it says, real peace comes from choosing honesty over performance. I think I just covered that one. And peace requires saying no, walking away, or disappointing people. When it comes to peace, there's two things for this, right? The people that care about you they're gonna understand automatically, and the people that don't and they get upset because you're creating boundaries for your peace. You just have to make a decision to either one: is it worth it for me to justify, or two, is it better for me to cut off in order for me to keep going and remain peace, so that way I can be me for the people that need me truly. And I don't think it's a bad thing if you cut people off that are more in the outer circle, that don't really care, like acquaintances, and they bring more problems than they do solutions, or they make you more unhappy than they do happy. I think if you decide to cut them off, man, cut them off. I am all pro for it. Quick facts. Identity fatigue. When your behavior doesn't match your true self, your brain burns more energy regulating emotions, because that's true. I do want to foot stomp this. It's different when you're tailoring yourself to a situation, when you're delivering a certain message, versus pretending is not you, tailoring is you. It's just custom to the situation itself. And emotional incongruence is linked to anxiety and irritability. I think anything is honestly related to anxiety. Just making this video makes me anxious. A common situation is pretending you're okay in a relationship, friendship, or workplace that drains you, and the pretending part becomes the reason you feel empty, not the situation itself. Yeah, I would agree that it's much easier to go through things in life when you are being you're just happy, right? So no matter what happens, you're like, look, man, if this goes south, I'm still good. Whether this person gets angry, I know I was true to myself. What I was trying to say was coming from a good place, good heart. You're fine. Message number 2, growth hurts, but staying hurts more. And this one is, growth isn't painful because it's hard. It's painful because it requires letting go of who you used to be. I think part of as we grow is, for me, when I think about letting go, it's not like you're completely discarding your past. It's not like you're completely discarding the past personalities and experiences that you've had, but more so just not being so attached to them, such as, for example, failures, right? When you fail at something and that becomes your identity, and every single time you're like, man, I can't do this. Every time I do this, I fail, right? Whether it's in a relationship, whether it's trying for a new job, whether it's trying a new skill, then that's going to hurt you more in the long term versus trying to find ways to grow. And that's just a small example. When I think of growth, a lot of people associate it with the surroundings around them. So whether it's a city, more so I would say relationships, not just your intimate one, but the people around you. It's like they're holding you back. And I mean, yes, that can be the case if you allow them. And I think that's the biggest thing about growth, is that it has to be a decision that you make within yourself to move forward. And as you move forward, you're gonna lose people that hold you back. You're gonna lose tendencies. You're gonna lose habits that hold you back. If you come home from work and you don't take care of yourself, you don't work out, you don't eat healthy, and that's always going to be the same. If you want to change any of those variables, whether it's the person, the habit, the food, whatever it may be, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take work. And I think that's the pain of it. No pain, no gain. You're gonna have to go to the gym. You're gonna have to, anything you want is not gonna be handed to you. You have to work for it. And that's where the pain part happens when it comes to growth. And that's the same thing with people. You have bad people around you. If you're like, man, I don't think I can do this, and the person's like, yep, you're right, you probably shouldn't work out, just stay at home. Those are not the individuals that you want around you, because they're not helping you. And the truth hurts, but that's the truth. I don't know what you want me to say. Some key talking points that I want to go over is staying the same destroys self-respect. True. Growth forces you to challenge your beliefs, environment, and comfort. And I think that's part of it. When you are in a community or in a circle or have a certain type of relationship where the habits have just circulated, it's always has been like this. It's just the way it is. It's not changing. It's tough to grow out of it if you don't find reasons to break out to make things better. So if you don't challenge if you're comfortable with being unchallenged, it's just gonna be rough. Pain isn't from growth, it's from resistance. Yes, not just from the people around you, it's from you. And look, as you do better for yourself, man, people are gonna like cheer for you, and you'd be surprised, people are gonna hate on you, right? They're not going to want you to grow, because it makes them to look bad, not around people, but for themselves, because everyone knows that everyone should be doing better. Everyone should do better for themselves. And when people are stagnant and they see people grow, they become haters because they know they have potential, and they are too scared to tap into that. Staying guarantees resentment, regret, and stagnation. In life, if you don't change the things, no one ever regrets failure because you tried. But if you get a second chance and you don't try again, knowing you could have, that causes regret. Not trying causes regret. I challenge every single one of you guys to take today and think about some things that you could probably grow out of. I'm not trying to insinuate that you're immature. That's not the point of this video. But I think there are points in our life where we can all grow from. And I think we all know what they are. We just choose not to. And last key talking points here is every upgrade requires a sacrifice. Some science facts. Neural discomfort. During major life changes, the brain resists new habits as a survival mechanism. Regret theory. We regret inaction more than failure. Not taking action. The what ifs, would have, could have, should have's. Like now, if you're watching this video, right now, especially wintertime, is such a great time to start new projects. Look at me, I'm out here vlogging. I know at the end of when I'm done making all these videos, there's gonna be lessons taken out of this. My family, my daughter's gonna watch a lot of these videos, and I hope I'm saying the right thing. I believe in these, right? And common situation is you stay in the same routine, same mindset, same habits because it's familiar, but deep down, it's slowly killing your potential. I said it. Part number 3, and this is the last one. Let's try to make this less than 15 minutes if possible. Your silence shouldn't cost your soul. Message. Your silence protects others but destroys you, and your voice is the guardian to your identity. Silence becomes self-neglect when it replaces the truth. Speaking up doesn't create conflict, it prevents long-term resentment. Your voice is your boundary. People treat you based on what you allow. Silence is easy. Expression is growth. If you are not a vocal person and you don't like conflict, or you think that everything you say could lead to conflict, I encourage you to speak up, because what you have to say may be important not just to the people around you, but more so helping you find your voice. I've encountered quite a few people, I would say, in my career that are not very vocal. They're very quiet. Usually they're aligned to a more introverted personality, and oftentimes they don't want to speak around people because they either are shy, they don't think that what they have to bring adds value to the team. And they cannot be more completely wrong. Some of the most intuitive, smartest ideas I've ever had, especially in my career, comes from people who are quiet. They're just in the back. They are very observant. And where was this at the meeting? You should have brought this up at the meeting. And they would tell me, I don't know. I'm the thing I'm talking about in the career, that's just a very small portion, but more so in the bigger picture when it comes to life. It's important for you to have a voice and speak up for what you believe is to be truly you. And I think that when you hold on to those, one, the people around you can't read your mind, right? We don't know what you're thinking about. And two, more so, not only can you help people, but if you need help yourself as a person in identifying things, we can help you. But we don't know if you don't speak up. More so too, another for that is, on the key points, is boundaries. If you just allow people to if you don't speak up, people are going to walk all over you every single time. They're going to take your silence as weakness and they're going to run over you. I promise you, I've seen it happen. It has happened to me at times where I didn't speak up, and that did not turn out well. You don't have to be combative. You don't have to yell. You don't always have to make your point. And sometimes there is a beauty to silence. The more emotionally aware you are with people's behavior, the more keen you are to what silence really means. When someone's quiet, for me now, I don't think that they are weak. I think that they either have their thinking, their thought process is taking time, and I know that what they have to spit out in the end, or what they have to say, has value to it. So I am more patient. But a lot of people are impatient, and they're gonna take it and they're gonna say, oh, you don't want nothing? Cool. You don't know what to say? All right, we're gonna run with it. It's important for you to voice. A key thing to that is finding someone who is vocal and asking them, right? If you don't know how to just get it out, asking them, hey, what can I do to say what I want to say? And here's how I want to say it. And then that person could help you in perception, how to deliver the message, deliver a message in which it doesn't foot stomp people, it doesn't make people feel bad, but still delivers what you want to say. Communication is an art itself, if I say so myself. So quickly, let's wrap this up. Some science and psyche facts. Emotional suppression increases heart rate and stress hormones. Long-term suppression is linked to lower life satisfaction and internal shame. Internal shame. Man, it's a lot of regret if you don't speak up. Just that point itself, it's tough for me, because I know all the topics I'm talking about is tough, because not only have myself have been there are people that are still suffering to find themselves, right, to communicate, and either are not growing or they're silent. So I really do feel for them. A common situation in where this happens is you stay silent to avoid conflict, but later you feel resentment, disappointment, and lose self-respect. Jesus, can't read. Because your silence protected them, not you. That's big. Imagine you don't speak up and then people feel empowered as they walk over you. And that's even tougher for if you have a family member, if you know someone close to you and then they're having a hard time speaking up. So it's important to help these individuals, and more so for these individuals to find help themselves, right? So let me wrap this up by saying thank you. Thank you for watching the video. But the more I do these, the better I get. This one, I'm at around maybe 15 minutes. I think I started a little later, but 15 to 17 minutes. But I covered all three, so this is great. Thank you so much. I have more. I hope that you guys are having a great day, and I wish you a happy holiday. G, out.